So welcome back again, family and friends. So we are still on starting business, some steps and tips to start a business. So we've shared on steps, we shared 5 steps on how to start a new business. So we say our focus here is starting a new business. So we've shared some steps. Then we've also shared we've amplified one of the points that we shared, that is knowing what works for you. So I'm still on knowing what works for you, detailing it, yes, being detailed about knowing. So in the previous video on knowing what works for you, we first shared on knowing what works for the family, knowing what has worked for you before, yes, and we say that if none of this has happened to you but you still have the idea, just go to a place of where that thing is working and learn it from there. Yes, go to a place where that thing. So that's what I'm still hammering on. So let's say most of times engaging people in some conversation, looking at most of the people don't even want to enter into the family business because of quote unquote let's say we are degree holders, we have master's degree and all those things. Yes, but one of the things to know is that the business that your mom has been doing, or let's say your dad has been doing, the things that he has been selling that you don't want to venture in, that's the same business that he has used to take care of you throughout the university. But here lies the case that you now complete school and you now say that business is quack. Amazing. Complete school and you don't want to even venture, because most of us want to be in let's say that white collar job. But one thing is, well, because the youth is always complaining of youth unemployment, because here in Ghana, jobs, that's not what works here. So if you don't know what works at where you are, you will always be looking at somewhere else. That is says that the youth that is doing his first degree, or maybe let's say even second degree, that's master's or anything, whereas he is doing it, he is hoping that after school he will travel outside the country for greener pastures, because he has not realized what works here. Because he says that there are no jobs here, Jobs does not work here. It does not work here. Because look at your mom, look at your dad, who employed him or who employed her? None. But yes, still he is still moving, or she is still moving. So you have to know what works here in Ghana. And just, if you want, just go to, let's say, the business center, that is the center of your city, the center of the place where you are, and look at what is running there. How many banks do you have? Let's say those of us, let's say in Accra, that we are complaining, we say we want jobs. So know how many banks are in Accra, the whole Greater Accra region. Let's say how many banks are there. And even if there are 100 or let's say 200 banks there, what you have to know is that currently there is no vacancy there. The positions there has already been occupied. So when is someone going to leave for you to reoccupy that position? How many health sectors, hospitals, like how many of those things compare to those business that we don't value? How many are there? So those selling tomatoes, those selling onion, those selling bags, those selling those things. Like let's say if the businesses in Accra, you go to Abossey and look at the number of shops there. So those businesses, we call them small businesses, little businesses. Those businesses, the number of those businesses, the percentage of that businesses to the percentage of those businesses that we call them business, as in places that we want to work. If those selling tomatoes, selling bags, selling those type of businesses, if there are 100 of them in Accra, those businesses that we call them businesses that are structured to us, that's what we call business, that's banks and those things, they will just be 1% out of the 100, and those selling bags and those things will be 99. So that should tell you that the kind of businesses that works here in Ghana is those types of businesses. So going to school, you don't just have to box your mind. You don't have to box your mind. You have to know what works, that is what is working, and you follow suit. You have to know what is working and you follow suit. You have to know what is working and you follow suit. So let's say if your mom sells kinky, being in school, knowing how some people run some kinky business after graduation, instead of hunting jobs and being frustrated, why don't you enter into mom's business of selling kinky? Brand the business. That one I'll also talk about it. Don't over brand the business, because if you over brand the business, bro, the sales will be coming. Don't over brand it. Just normally brand the business, because if you're able to brand that business, so maybe mom know how to prepare the kinky very well. And let's say if mom does not know how to prepare, yes, you have to just know, because just know if mom does not know how to prepare the kinky very well, you have to learn, because mom already know how to. So you have to learn how kinky is prepared, and prepared in a good way, or prepared betterly, and know the type of kinky that the people want. Maybe soft kinky or something like that. Know it. They now brand it. So if mom is not doing delivery, you start with delivery. You go to offices, bring business, bring sales to the business that is already there. By so doing it. So let's say if mom sell her kinky in the morning, you can also start selling yours in the evening. And if mom sell kinky in the evening, you can also start selling yours in the morning or in the afternoon. And let's say, look, if mom has been able to take care of you, not only you, but you and your siblings, if mom has been able to take care of you with that kinky business, look at the university fee, your accommodation, and your feeding, just that's only you. Look at the other expenses with your siblings. Look at the other expenses of the family. And if that kinky business has been able to cater for all those things, so how then do you think that business is not profitable? You are looking at somewhere else. There is something that I used to say, that there is no better place somewhere else. The better place is at where you are. So look at those businesses. And also the another thing that we also talk about is knowing what has worked for you before. What has worked for you before. So some people, some certain things, we don't know how to continue to do one thing for a very long time. We don't know how to do it. No, it shouldn't be so. It shouldn't be so. So you should, what is working for you, you don't switch into another thing because someone says that. So we have heard of this business, then you now switch, you collapse what is already working, then you go into something new. No. What is already working, you flow with it. And I said, if you have not been at where it is working, or let's say you yourself hasn't have anything working, but here lies the case, you have an idea. We say go to a place where it is working. Learn from there. Humble yourself and learn from there. Put your degree away and learn from there. That's it. You just have to put your degree away and learn from there. That woman that is selling the tomatoes that you want to sell, that woman that is selling the food that you want to sell, that woman selling the clothes that you want to sell, just go and learn the business. Because one of the things that you have to also know is that business is a skill. Selling is a skill. So you have to learn that one also. Go there and learn it. Don't let anything stop you. So you have to know what is running for the family, that you have already been in it already, and continue with it. Follow suit. Or let's say whatever that you have been in it before, you have to continue doing it. Or if you have not been in any of these two things, you now have a new idea, find a new place or a place where that thing is running already, then you continue there. You learn the skill from there, learn how to run such business from there. By so doing, you will also be able to establish your own or run what is already running. Thank you.